you?
So, we finally have the Steam Deck, and I couldn't be more excited. So I actually, on the 19th of September, placed a reservation for my Steam Deck, and kind of toyed around with the idea of just buying one from someone locally for a little bit more money, just so I could have one immediately. And what do you know, on the 29th of September, I got the notification to pay for my Steam Deck. Now, most people, they probably like take a day or so, you know, yada yada. No, I bought it instantly. I bought it within like 10-15 minutes of getting the notification of getting the Steam Deck, because I wanted one so bad. When they first came out, I wasn't super excited for it. I thought it was cool, but it wasn't until recently. We were traveling, we were at Brittany's parents' house, and I finally got a new laptop. Actually, I got a really good deal on one. It's super light, super nice laptop. It's a Helios 300 Slim, and I realized that something in the laptop form, no matter what it is, how small, how light, it's just never going to be super easy to play from the couch. Because you're going to need, at least me, I play mouse and keyboard a lot, and I know I'm sacrificing that with the Steam Deck, but it wasn't what I needed. So I started looking into getting a Steam Deck and seeing what it was capable of, and I truly didn't realize how powerful and really how groundbreaking what Valve did with this was. So I ended up asking Brittany, confirming everything, and placing the reservation, and like I said, I got my order opportunity on the 29th. Now, the only thing that sucks about that is it took a few days for them to package it and get it shipped, and once it got shipped, so it shipped out Tuesday of last week, almost a week later now, and it was supposed to be here by Thursday. Originally, they actually told me Wednesday, but Thursday it was supposed to arrive, and I thought it got stolen because they hadn't updated it. It never set out for delivery Thursday, so I kept checking. I started calling at FedEx and stuff, trying to figure out what was happening, and I think it was early or late Friday, I found that my package was actually in Minnesota. Now, they shipped from Illinois. It was an hour away in Kernersville, and it actually ended up further away than when it began. But it's finally here today. As you saw, we got it from the FedEx truck. The FedEx truck was late today for some reason. But it's time to open it. I have not opened it yet. I was going to open it earlier and just put it back, but I wanted you guys just to see. I have not opened it. I actually have my case and everything for it. It was real cheap. It has a kickstand on it. I'll probably buy something else later, but I kind of want to just make sure it was protected with the screen protector and the case, and focus on upgrading the storage. Now, I only got the 64 gigabyte storage model because it's so much cheaper for me to just buy like a better NVMe or SSD, because I'd want more than 512 gigabytes anyway. And the fact that it has the SD card expansion, it just makes it really excited. And I'm sorry, I'm fumbling over my words because I'm so fucking excited. Like, I haven't shut up about this thing for the last week or two. So I got 64 gigabyte model. I didn't want the 512. It's expensive. And I'm going to put a screen protector on it. And I read that putting the screen protector on that like matte screen caused issues and didn't work properly. I didn't want the 256. I felt like that wasn't very much. The games I play the most, Destiny and Rainbow, are like 100 gigs each. And unfortunately, I'm very underprepared because I didn't want to sink money into a new SD card just to not like it. I had a fear in the back of my mind that I wasn't going to like it, but I find that very hard to believe. So, without further ado, let's get this bad boy open. So you got this flap, whatever this thing is, and here's what we're talking about, baby. So this is sealed still. It is brand new. This is the first brand new thing I've bought in a very, very long time. I normally buy things used because it's cheaper that way, but this is the first thing where it was actually cheaper to get it brand new than had I bought it from somebody. Your games are going places, and they are. They are going to be going places. Once I get some SD cards and some NVMe and some storage upgrades that actually allow them to, because you guys know how big games are nowadays. And one of the things that was so cool to me was the fact it came with the case. I thought originally it was only the 512GB model, but even the 64 comes with this nice case. Now they're different colors and yada yada, so you can tell the distinction between them. I'm not entirely sure what this is right here, to be honest, but I don't know. So this is the Valve tag. Wow. Now, one thing that I was really worried about with the issues with FedEx was every day that it was with FedEx, my chance for it to be destroyed increased. But the box wasn't too damaged. It did have a little, like, it looks like it slid against something, but it's bigger than I expected. Look at that, bro. Like, that is freaking incredible. A PC in literally the palm of your hand. And then the other thing in the box, so the box is very cut and dry. I believe this is just the power adapter. So it's a USB power adapter, which I believe is 45 watts. That is what you need at max for the Steam Deck. It's pretty simple. It looks like this piece could come out possibly to allow you to swap it out. I don't think that's the case, but maybe that's like a production manufacturing thing, so it's cheaper to make power adapters for different areas, just a USB-C that plugs into the top. I was not expecting it to be this dang light, dog. Alright, so before I really get into anything else, I do want to get the screen protector put in place on it. So if you guys can give me a moment. Okay, that was actually a lot easier than I was necessarily expecting it to be. Now, without further ado, let's power this bad boy on. Hopefully it's charged. Okay, maybe it's not charged. Let me get this USB-C plugged in. I can't remember what the USB-C I have for my iPad Pro is. I don't remember what rate this charges at. So we're not going to use that for the moment. Not because I'm afraid of messing up the Steam Deck, but because I would like to charge it as quickly as possible. And the best way to do that is with the charger that came with it. You know, this is, oh shoot. This is surprisingly very comfortable. You know, when I first saw them, when they were talking about them at release and everything, I didn't think it would be super comfortable to hold in your hand. Can't believe I got the stickers on there so well, dog. Okay, they're not perfect, but they're close. Alright, so we're in. It actually was about halfway charged up, so let's see. Okay, so everything is set up on the Steam Deck for the most part. All the initial initialization and everything. And like I said, I got the 64GB model, and I also have a 128GB SD card. It's one that I had in something else. I'm just going to use it for the moment. I know that sounds super stupid because it's not a lot of space. I didn't realize I have a lot more space free on here than I expected to have. And the one thing that sucks is I can't even play Destiny natively on here. I'd have to play Destiny using, like if I installed Windows. And I don't really have enough space on an SD card to install Windows, so that may be a thing in the future. But Reddit also had a recent post where Bungie or someone, maybe a moderator just for the Reddit page, was talking about allowing the Steam Deck and Linux and stuff to run Bad Lied to actually install Destiny on SteamOS. So for the moment, we're just going to pop this 128GB SD card in, which I'm not entirely sure which way it's supposed to. Yeah, I believe that is the right way. Hopefully it's the right way. So at the moment, we're formatting the new SD card for the Steam Deck. Alright, so we're going to restart it. There's a new Steam update it wants to push, 3.3.2. Just a quick segue until our next segment of first impressions on the Steam Deck. If you guys are looking for a new calendar solution for your phone, go to jarviscalendar.com. If you guys are looking for the greatest collective of content creators to soon ever exist, go to freespace.com. Be sure to support both. My brother put a lot of work into Jarvis Calendar, and I really want to see it pay off for him. Go leave a review. Go show us what features and things you'd like to see come to the calendar app. It is an AI-powered calendar app where you can take pictures of doctor slips, calendars, anything with numbers and things in it, and it will input the majority of the data into your calendar slot already. So be sure to go check that out if you are on Android. It might be coming to Apple soon. We hope to get it on Apple soon, but we need to see enough support to be able to do so. On to the next segment. So you guys saw the unboxing. To give my first impressions, before we end this video, I love the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is absolutely amazing. And while I haven't truly dealt with the full capabilities of it yet, it's amazing. I recommend it to anybody who is a little bit tech savvy or willing to try to become tech savvy. I wouldn't recommend this to someone who maybe struggles with a Nintendo Switch or an Xbox or a PS4, because there may be a lot of troubleshooting and things you have to do. You may have to install your operating system again. You may have to install Windows to play the games that you want to play. So if you are someone that wants to get into computers or already is into computers, I couldn't recommend the Steam Deck more. But it is an incomplete product. It is only getting better with time, and it is a computer. If you have computer experience, it's a no-brainer. If you don't, it depends on how much frustration, patience, and how willing you are to learn. That being said, if you are planning to get a Steam Deck in the near future, I personally would recommend the 64GB model. For example, in my situation, I got the 64GB model for $425, and I just ordered a $125 1TB NVMe SSD for it. Now you have to get the 2230 variant of it, which is very small. It's about this big, maybe even smaller than that, to be honest. I don't know yet, because mine hasn't come. But make sure you have some type of storage solution before you buy the Steam Deck. 64GB is not even enough to try it out in most cases. Unless you're just going to be playing emulators or something for PS4, or not PS4, PS3 or Xbox 360 or Wii U or Game Boy Advance, or just emulating something. I would not necessarily recommend you go into it without another storage solution. So far I have not had very many issues with the Steam Deck at all, and all the issues I had were my fault, not necessarily the Steam Deck. So I actually tried using an SD card I had. I thought that it would be enough to carry me over till my NVMe and everything got here. It was a 128GB, it was a SanDisk Ultra, I believe, but it was an older one. So the read speed on it was great. It was like 100 megabytes, but the write speed was like 12 megabytes per second. So I didn't think about it, but I downloaded my games and stuff on the Steam Deck, and I was questioning why it took longer than it should, because we have like a 600 megabyte download speed. And I was trying to question why it took so long. I didn't know if it was just because it's handheld, if it was over Wi-Fi or not. But come to find out, the SD card I was using just was not fast enough. So make sure you have a fast enough SD card to download games and to play games. Because I tried playing Black Ops 2, a very old game from 2012, on the SD card, and it was so slow. The map took about 30 minutes to load, to get to halfway loading for zombies. And I just gave up. And then I kind of had this this thought that maybe it was too slow, and I tried installing it on the actual eMMC storage that's inside the Steam Deck, and that fixed it. So if you're ordering a Steam Deck, I personally would recommend the 64GB model, unless you do not trust yourself enough to change the NVMe. I would order the 64GB, but make sure you have an NVMe or a very large SD card on the way. And I personally would go with nothing less than 512GB, depending on your use case, because some people do just play smaller games that are 10GB or whatnot. But if you plan to play any newer games, Destiny, which you need Windows for, Black Ops 3, Fallout, just about any newer game, maybe in the last 5 years, you're going to want more than 64, you're going to want more than 128, you're probably going to want more than 256, because there is an issue with shaders and things going to the NVMe on the like NVMe that's built in, even if you're running off an SD card. So it is great so far. I love it. I've played Fallout on it. I've played Black Ops 2 on it. I've tried playing Black Ops 3 on it, but I had the SD card issue and I haven't had enough space since. So we will release a video soon playing games and things on it to let you guys know. So if you have any suggestions for games you would like to see me try to play on it, I will be installing and dual booting Windows on it as well. So if there's any games you'd like to see me play or anything you'd like to see me do on the Steam Deck, be sure to put those down in the comments below. I love you all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are planning on getting a Steam Deck, let me know and what you'd like to play on it. And we'll go from there. So thank you guys very much. I love you all. Peace out.